All right, everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video with Fat Phil, and I told you. I was right. You guys, every once in a while, you need to listen to me. I called it that Capital Games would be adjusting the raid rewards. The reason I need to rub it in everybody's face is because I'm a married man, and I never get to be right. So when I am, I gotta rub it in the faces of the people that I can. Maybe that's a little bit joking, maybe not, I don't know. If you're married, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. So let's dive right in. Let's talk about this. We're going to look at the forum post that developers put out there. And I just want to say that I think they nailed this head on. I feel that this was a very good apology from them. They definitely knew they messed up. And I think when you guys read this, I think you're going to see that it's very different than a lot of the other things that they've done. So let's dive right in here, guys. I'm going to pop it open to the forums here and let's talk about this post. All right. So the first thing we see here is the whole, we're writing to update you on the recent changes to the raid economy. Upon release and through player feedback, we realized the initial attempt at the updated economy was not landing where we wanted it to, and for that we apologize. Again, that is, we know how hard everyone works to get to where they are and maintain their rosters. Needless to say, this wasn't ideal. Again, this whole first paragraph means a lot because they're mentioning they look at the player feedback. It wasn't landing where they wanted it to, and they're apologizing for that. So that's huge. We are committed to making the raid economy better, and we're working on a number of changes that we believe will improve your experience. These changes include, note, they're just saying include. They're not saying that these are the changes below. They're saying these are included in the changes. So there could be more things that they're going to layer in. They just want to highlight a couple of them. Updated reward tracks. We're making a series of changes that target improving the value players can get earlier in the reward milestone tracks. We will be moving Mark 1, 2, and 3 tokens towards the front of the guild reward track, with larger amounts of the total quantities available within the first 3 guild reward boxes. That's a huge change. Most notably, Mark 3 will be able to be earned starting from the first guild reward box. That's 22 million score. It used to start at 130, so they completely just, made that significantly better. We will be reducing the total. They also then go on to say that we will be reducing the total number of points required to reach many of the guild reward boxes early in the track. So now that 22 million could be an even smaller number. So I think what they're thinking, I'm sure a lot of people are thinking this. If your guild, they designed this raid, if you're a lower level player, that you could do 300,000 damage. So I guarantee you they're going to try and make sure that each player only has to score about 400,000 in a guild to get that first reward box. That would be my assumption. Again, I don't know anything. I'm just reacting to this post. I think it's awesome. I obviously want to hear what you guys think. Then, so the Mark 4 Zoltan Bactigel and Mark 8 Biotech Implant Salvage have been added to the guild store for Mark 1 raid tokens. This was something I'd even missed, but they had completely disappeared from the guild store. There was no way to get these, so they updated that. The guild store will be reorganized to make it easier for players to find what they're looking for. That's amazing. That's even better because it was very disorganized. It was really difficult to understand. It's a massive tab, right? The extra currency was just, it was a little bit much. Now, keep in mind, guys, this is the most important parts of this. These initial changes will go live on Wednesday, May the 10th, during our regularly scheduled update. If you start a raid before the update, you will be locked into the old reward structure for that raid. To receive the new reward structure, you must start a raid after the update on Wednesday. So if you're a guild officer, guild leader, turn your raids off of auto launch, wait for this reward structure to go live, and then restart it. They finally kind of, they finish off with, we are also aware that characters available for guild tokens were overlooked with this update. And while we weren't able to make this change for Wednesday, we will be making sure folks can acquire these characters with Mark 1 in a future update. I think this is the result of players that, or of people of the team has changed. That people who were involved in putting those characters in there, they're just something that they don't really think about anymore, right? Because they've been in the game for so long. And for the vast majority of the player base who was completing Challenge Pit Raid, you weren't farming those characters anyway. So they're going to look to make sure that there are ways to obtain those characters. Because I even just put out my update that like the only thing you should spend your guild tokens on is those characters. They finish off and say, we will continue to monitor your feedback and keep looking at our data for any other areas that may need adjusting. If you have any suggestions or concerns, please let us know. Thank you and see you on the holotables. I mean, that is bravo to CG. Hat off. I think this is probably the best response I've ever seen from them. I 100% think this is the best response I've ever seen from Capital Games. I think that this is very heartfelt. They worked hard on this raid, and the fact that people, like my guild played it once and moved back to the Sith raid, and they don't want that. They want this to be the new thing, and so they're going to make sure that we are all playing it, and I think that's great. So I do want to go over to back to the game, because I want to show you guys exactly, what some of the things you could be seeing here. So when you go over to the guilds, and we're going to go to the guild raid, right? And we'll click on the Krayt raid. So right now, your guild rewards. So look at this, 10 million, 26, 73. Okay, so these are the numbers. I got them mixed up. I couldn't remember which ones was which. So 10 million, 26, 73. And that's where my guild ended up, right in this range here. And then 94, 130. This was the first one where you could earn these tokens. So now they're going to be moving these to the front, right? They're going to be moving them this way. Then they also said that they're going to change the amount of points you need to get these things. Again, that's fantastic. That's exactly what you want out of Capital Games. You want them to make it easier for us to get there. So what does all this mean? Like when you look at the global leaderboard here, right? Look, my guild 397, right? There it is, 397. But when you look at the amount of guilds that were able to get to the 130 box, I think that number is, let's go. I know we're getting down here. What is this? Is that 90? 90 guilds were able to get there. 92 guilds were able to get to that 130 box. Yeah, 92 guilds. What, 4,500 people? I mean, 4,600 people. That's not, I don't know how many, no, wait. 92 guilds. Yeah, what, is that 4,600? Somebody do the math. I'm not that good at it. But yeah, like that's not that many players. That's such a small portion of your player base. So this is great. I'm proud of CG in this moment. I really am. They definitely wanted to get this, and this is a very fast turnaround. You think this raid has been out for what? Not even a week, and they're updating. I mean, hats off. Like, good job. I think this is great. I'm excited. I think you guys should be excited as well, because this is going to make everything easier. Because one of the big problems that everyone was saying, how do you get, your guild currency, right? How do you get these characters? What are we supposed to do about arrow magnifiers? And I think they've gone and answered that they're going to be changing. So I think the Krayt raid is going to be the new thing. I think this is going to where you're going to want to spend all of your stuff. And I think this is going to where the farming guide is going to end up. So free-to-play farming guide back on the table now. And I even recorded a video talking about like the best things in Galaxy of Heroes because I wanted to throw some positive vibes out there. And then we got this news. So I'm recording this the night before. I'll probably publish this tomorrow in the morning at some point, and then I'll post my other one as well in the afternoon. So I'll make sure you guys see that first, and then we'll kind of go on with this. But this is a great update. I'm very excited. I think everybody should be excited. This is Capital Games. This is the first time in a very long time I feel that they've really come out and apologized like this, and I want to see more of that. So let me know what your guys' thoughts are down below. As always, smash that subscribe button. Leave likes and leave comments. You guys know the drill. We're trying to hit 5,000 subscribers. When we hit 5,000 subscribers, our King Wampa will hit Relic 8. And we're going to him right now because Wampa is our king. He may not be able to participate in the Krayt Dragon Raid, but that doesn't stop him from always being in our hearts. When we hit 5,000, there will be a special live stream. I'll make sure that's at a time all of my subscribers can come in, and we will make sure to take Wampa all the way there and do some other fun things on that stream. So smash that button, leave likes, leave those comments. Come on, guys, I cannot say it enough, and I want to end it in saying that I was right because I I don't get to say that enough in my own personal life. I love all you. May the force be with you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.